Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of a fat activist accusing Publix of being fat-phobic because they have scales at the supermarket. We're also going to be taking a look at a couple of bonus clips, including one where somebody says if you regain weight, it's not your fault because diets don't work, so be sure to stick around until the end. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
Is this appropriate? A scale. We're doing scales now. We're doing scales. I've never seen such atrocity.
I don't think she's being serious. What is this even for? Like to weigh the customers or something? Why is this outside the store? Okay, this is that person that often says outrageous things that I don't think they really mean. Like when they were angry there was a weight limit on the water slide and or the roller coaster at the theme park. I'm 99% sure that she's just screwing around. But also, why is there a scale at the supermarket? That wasn't like one that you put your fruit on or whatever. That was one that you stand on yourself. So that is kind of weird. Am I offended and outraged? You damn well bet I am. Next, here's another bonus clip from this same person.
I was at Publix today, and for this to go on low battery.
Damn it, Publix! Dude, what are they doing over there?
I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
What the hell is going on over there at Publix, bro? Oh my god.
I had to pick up all the food and walk to a register. Publix, do better.
Do better, Publix. First scales, and now this, bro? What the hell?
As a loyal customer, I deserve better. I deserve better.
She deserves a functional mobility scooter. Publix, what the hell are you even doing? So it sounds like Publix just kind of has a problem accommodating people living in a larger body in general. How dare all of you? So we're gonna have to walk with our groceries using our own legs? Oh my god, things are getting awful. Next.
Are you somebody who's gained and lost weight multiple times, and each time you regain the weight, you feel like it's your fault?
No, I don't think that anything is my fault, ever.
That's what we're going to be talking about today. Welcome to Revolutionize Your Ride, Changing the Face of Fitness with Dr. Rachel. I'm Dr. Rachel. I'm a psychologist, certified indoor cycling instructor, avid Peloton rider.
That's an interesting combo. You're a psychologist and a Peloton bicycling instructor. Oh my goodness.
Psychologist, certified indoor cycling instructor, avid Peloton rider, and on a mission to get hired as a plus-size Peloton instructor.
I remember her. She submitted a video before, like a video resume of why she should be a Peloton bicycle instructor, I believe.
Today we're talking about how diets don't work.
That takes care of that. I don't need any further explanation. All right, I guess we'll continue.
The diet or weight loss industry is a multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry. If diets worked, it wouldn't be a multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry.
Doesn't that just prove that the junk food industry is very prevalent? Like, I see the point that she's trying to make. Why are they making so much money? If diets work, you would just lose weight and be done. But there are an endless supply of people becoming obese at any given time because of the prevalence of junk food these days. So, how many billions of dollars does the junk food and fast food industry make?
People would go on a diet, lose weight, and that would be it.
So they would go out of business in 10 minutes because every obese person would lose weight and then we would be done. There would not be any more new people becoming obese or anything. This is really weird. I would say the prevalence of junk food is really just leading to the prevalence of the diet industry and keeping them afloat. If people didn't keep getting obese, they wouldn't keep needing to engage with various diet products.
But the diet industry or the weight loss industry banks on repeat customers.
I know, just like the food industry. You guys ate yesterday, and now you want to eat again today, and we got you. We knew that you'd be back. We knew you would be back today to eat again.
They need people to come back and pay for what they're selling over and over and over again.
What does that mean? So we should just continue to be obese even though it's insanely unhealthy? Like, because that diet industry sucks, so I guess we'll stick it to them by staying obese.
That's the only way they stay in business. And so they want us to believe that losing weight and sustaining that weight loss past the 2 to 5 year mark is going to be feasible for the vast majority of us.
If you did whatever weight loss program and then later on you regained the weight, that's your own deal, dude. Like, they did their job. They helped you lose the weight initially. And I'm not saying fad diets are sustainable or that they're long-term, not at all. But if you lose weight doing some sort of silly fad diet, it helped you lose the weight. So now you're probably going to have to change the way that you eat in a more permanent way or whatever. Otherwise, you'll regain the weight. I wouldn't say it's the fault of the diet if 5 years later you regain the weight. You clearly changed the way that you were eating. If you maintained whatever physique for whatever amount of time, and then you start gaining the weight back, you changed the way that you eat. Obviously, you're not going to stay on the yoga, booty, body, beach, blast diet forever. I do not recommend we go on the all yogurt diet. How long can you sustain that? Or whatever one of those weird little diets like that is, that's clearly not sustainable. If that does help you lose weight initially, now you're going to have to change the way that you eat to maintain that in a more sustainable way. It's not the fault of the diet because somebody regained the weight. When somebody goes to AA and gets sober, and then a couple weeks later they go off the wagon, fall off the wagon, whatever, and start drinking again, do we blame AA?
When in fact, less than 5% of people who lose weight sustain that weight loss past the 2 to 5 year mark.
All right, then I'll just give up on all my hopes and dreams. Thanks. I guess that's the point of this, right? This thing is probably going to fail, so stop trying, okay? Well, it will definitely fail if I don't try at all, because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, my friend.
But the diet industry doesn't want us to know that, and so typically what they do...
Is this diet industry in the room with us now?
...is when they do research, they stop the research study before they get to even the 6-month or 1 year mark.
Well, I mean, if somebody helped you lose weight, how obligated are they to help you keep it off, right? Like, I helped you lose it initially. Now, it's up to you. The ball is in your court, my friend.
Because then they can say, look, this diet worked. But really, if the study went on longer, we would see that actually the diet didn't work. And it's a good thing that diets don't...
Well, if they lost the weight, then the diet did work. If they didn't sustain it, then they didn't make permanent lifestyle changes. By the way, like I said, I don't endorse fad diets at all.
...work. Our bodies are wired for survival. And
not mine.
And so when they're not getting enough to eat, they don't know the difference between a famine and a diet.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter if your body knows the difference between a famine and a diet because it'll lose weight just the same. It doesn't go like, oh, we're going into starvation mode. Don't burn a single calorie. Like, that's not how any of that works. The way that the body can use adipose tissue for fuel is well documented, my friend.
What they know is that they are not fully nourished. And so they cue us to be hungrier and they slow everything else down.
Okay, so when you try to go on a diet, you get hungrier and you get tired. So then you have to go eat, right? Like, that's what I'm getting from this.
Including metabolism, in order to stay alive.
No. When you go on a diet or start to lose weight, your body doesn't think that you're in famine mode and slow your metabolism and hold on to calories even more. You will be hungrier for a brief time while you adjust to eating differently, sure, but you just have to power through, right? Like, if somebody is 700 pounds and every half an hour they get ravenously hungry, like, oh God, I'm dying, I'm starving, like, their hunger is misleading them. If they are 700 pounds, they are not actually starving at all. In fact, they're eating so much that it's become unhealthy. If you used to eat a diet that had a lot of junk food in it, your hunger levels are going to be through the roof in general. You are going to be experiencing intense amounts of hunger all throughout the day. When you're eating a healthy diet, you don't get ravenously hungry all the time, even if you've gone a couple hours without eating. That desperate, super overwhelming hunger comes from eating a diet that has a lot of junk food in it.
So, when you've lost weight and regained weight, it's not because you're a failure or you don't have enough willpower or there's something wrong about you.
I agree with all of that.
It's that the system was set up.
That's where you lost me. There's nothing wrong with you if you've struggled with your weight, but the system didn't do it to you. You did it to you, and you could fix it.
For diets not to work. The diet industry has known this for decades now.
What is the diet industry? What are we talking about? And how many times smaller is it than the junk food industry?
They know that long-term weight loss isn't sustainable for the vast majority of people.
Are you sure they're not just selling a product that helps people lose weight, and whatever you do after that is up to you? Like, when I sell you a weight loss product or diet, I'm obligated to have you stay thin for the rest of your life. Otherwise, I'm a failure. It's my fault. If you regain weight 10 years from now, my diet that I gave to you is a failure. Even though we stopped doing it. Like, even a fad diet, when you stop doing it, you regain the weight. So it's hilarious to blame the diet when you stopped doing the diet, right? Like,
and yet they keep selling it, which is why I think of the diet industry as an unethical industry.
What do you think about the junk food industry and the fast food industry?
Because they are selling something that doesn't work, knowing that it doesn't work.
Well, there are a lot of products that are like that.
So if you've weight cycled, if you've lost and gained weight, it's not because you're weak or don't have enough willpower.
It's because you stopped doing the thing and started eating differently. That's it. We don't need to put an emotional spin on it. It's literally, you just did this thing. That's what happened. So I don't need to feel anything about this. I regained the weight because I stopped doing the thing and started eating like this. So this all just makes sense. I don't need to have some emotional tirade response to this talking about how it's not my fault or whatever. I changed the way that I ate, so my body changed. That's all there is to it. No further emotions necessary.
It's because your body is so wise, it wants to keep you alive.
Oh. My body is wise, and it's also like a wonderland.
Thanks for being here today. I'll see you next time on Revolutionize Your Ride.
Oh, that was called Revolutionize Your Ride? Why? Why was that called that? We were talking about diets. What the heck? Okay, so if you become my Peloton bicycle instructor, we're going to talk about diets the whole time. I don't know, bestie. I just wanted to ride the stupid bicycle. All right, so that was more of the classic blaming Big Diet for people regaining weight or saying that Big Diet is a failure and they're trying to hurt you or take advantage of you or whatever, completely ignoring the junk food and fast food industry, like we always seem to do. The last time I checked, we had an obesity epidemic and not a dieting epidemic, so I would say junk food is winning. This is going to be a much shorter video, so obviously I disagree with all of the aforementioned, but what do you think? Is Publix fat phobic because they had a scale? Are they also fat phobic because that mobility scooter stopped working? And is Big Diet at it again? Leave a comment below. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.